Well, we're back with yet another cultured game review.
Oh!
This time with a predecessor to Saraman Union, with a lot more basic management, strategy, and not much to do. The game is called My Territory Was Witch's Island, released back in the year 2020 on dlsite by Pasture Soft. Unlike Saraman Union, this game is more about just focusing on your own town to manage, with a harem of women that you can select from.
Oh my.
You were a knight who served the king well for years. Now it's your time to be given a promotion, though more like a demotion, as you're given an island full of monsters and witches to manage. With not much to work with, it's a game of survival, management, and constant battles to stay alive and grow. All while making sure you pay your taxes. Always be sure to pay your taxes. To build the town, you need gold. To get gold, you need to mine, and to hire girls who generate the money, as the male villagers generate supplies. The more you upgrade the town, you can hire more people. But that eats up supplies, so you need to build the dock and upgrade it to increase supplies. Soldiers cost a lot, but are needed to defend the town from invaders that will constantly happen. You can also place defenses to hold back invaders from reaching the town, with walls being good for holding them back, as well as them having to break it down, but in turn, you cannot attack them unless it's with ranged units like archers and magic users. The towers allow you to station ranged units to attack oncoming enemies and avoid being hurt, but the con is, they cannot attack behind them. The smaller wall is to station a unit behind it to attack oncoming enemies that will damage the wall first. Pit traps are to damage enemies who walk over it, and after they damage the enemy, they take damage in turn and eventually disappear. Part of building and managing a town is dealing with the people's needs. Some will request extra food, money investments for businesses that may or may not work out, people committing various degrees of crime and your choice of punishment, men and women desperate for a partner, or even people asking for an escort, which will take away a guard from your hire with only a small amount of compensation. You could throw people into the dungeon or fine them for their crimes like murder, adultery, heresy, violence, and theft. It's a good way to get money early on, as you will be struggling pretty early.
Got your ass.
Speaking of struggle, it's time to cover the combat. As you play, things will start to go horribly wrong. The first threat are pirates led by a female captain. The goal is to beat all enemies while protecting the town. If they reach the town, game over. Even if you have units to defend, they cannot reach the town, so you need to get your units to push them back and defeat them. Otherwise, game over, start all over again. There's no reward for winning all combat outside of just surviving. The only time I got a reward was defeating the female pirate captain who was sent to the dungeon for various interactions. But back to the combat. Like I said, the defenses can be a lifesaver with walls holding danger back to be pelted by your archers. The traps are good at weakening the enemy. Every time someone gets hit, they will get thrown back. This means if you have archers attack the enemy with pit traps under them, they will constantly get damaged, with archers adding the final blow. If your units die in combat, they're gone forever, unless they're a unique unit like the females you can hire along the way. If you have the gold, You can just hire new ones even during combat to back up your other troops in the hopes of surviving another encounter. The enemies range from pirates to undead to succubus and even wild boars. They vary in strength, with undead and pirates being the strongest and in numbers. You cannot command your troops in battle either, just drag them around one troop at a time. So if a troop is about to be killed, you cannot save them. They'll just keep charging the enemy till they're dead or the enemy is. The theme of the game is harem.
Boy, I'm a little hard right now, I ain't gonna lie.
So get out there and build one by hiring various skilled women to join your kingdom. Each of them can fight, except for one who is the daughter of the mayor you met at the beginning of the game. She becomes your partner once you upgrade the town to level 5, which is the max level for all 3 sectors, town, port, and mine. You can also get a church, but only if you do not take in the girl who's called Goblin that will teach you black magic, which in turn eventually leads you to getting a choice of a summon, plant girl or some kind of other girl. They will fight for you, but are also available for the harem. Your goal is to talk to them with the bar filling up to a green, then turning pink. So get ready, it's resort boing time. The only other things to cover is the choices you can make during the game, but they're more minor than in Saraman Union. This is if you choose to take in the Goblin girl, she will teach you black magic to summon a waifu, and I always choose Plant Girl because Plant Girl is best girl.
Good lord!
But if you do not take her in, this allows you to hire the nun and build a church. This generates reputation over time to make you look better for a better title in the ending. But you can also build relations with the church, if you know what I mean. At the end of the day, my territory was Witch's Island is a mediocre game with not much going for it. The basic lackluster management of the town and trying to balance everything out isn't fun. The restrictive can only interact once with each person in the castle and dungeon per week is boring. Not to mention the combat just left me wanting to go play the first Total War game instead or some other RTS. There's just not a whole lot going for it. It's okay and still worth checking out, but it's a far cry from Saraman Union, which is still Pasture Soft's best work. Anyways, that's it for this video. See you all later.
Go to the church and ask God to forgive you.